Welcome, my brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, to the real world with Elder George. I'm Elder George and will share a message that will not only help you deal with the stress, tensions, and anxieties of living in Western society, but will also motivate you to help transform society from materially oriented to family supportive. There are three requisites for a happy, healthy, and harmonious human environment, and they are spiritual awareness, gender understanding, and family focus. Western society does not promote any of these requirements, yet they apply to all the issues facing us. They constitute what I call the real world, and you will hear me refer to them a lot. Today, I will discuss the importance of spiritual awareness. A people without spiritual awareness will perish. We are that people, and we are perishing. Previous podcasts discussed the well-being of women, children, and men, and in all cases, their situations were wanting. The three requisites necessary for a healthy, happy, and harmonious society, namely spiritual awareness, gender understanding, and family focus, were all lacking. Today, we will explore the benefits and necessity of spiritual awareness as we start to address all three of the requisites. In all of us humans, there exists, in varying degrees, a feeling that there is more to life than what we see. In some, this realization is only fleeting, taking place for a rare moment. In others, it might be something that causes frequent reflections and searches for supportive information. And in others, it might result in prayer and meditation. To the degree that we are aware of this otherworldly existence, we become less attached to the material world, which in turn affects our value structure and the way we act. Men develop ethical values from which moral standards and behavior are established. Women feel an increasing urge to nurture all that they see. Societies with little spiritual awareness are materially oriented and self-centered. They place great value on productive ability, material ownership, and self-aggrandizement. The Western culture has produced such a society. Worship and religious ritual were an integral part of societal life among all indigenous peoples. There is no ritualistic spiritual activity in the Western world. We observe religious holidays, but the fabric of social life does not depend upon religious observance. Without spiritual awareness, the development of ethical standards become difficult. Western society is short on ethics and long on laws. Moral people need few laws. Immoral people need many laws to maintain order. From the earliest European Greeks, there existed a great dependency on the law. Draco instituted a system of law based on an aristocracy. Solon developed a system of law in which eligibility for political power was based on wealth. From Draco to Solon to Justinian to Napoleon, the Europeans prided themselves on their legal institutions. After a 2,000-year history based on law, when the Europeans came to America, the Native Americans said of them, "White man speaks with forked tongue." You got that? White man speak with forked tongue. Indeed he did, for the law is but a poor substitute for ethics. The manly way is to let your yes be yes and let your no be no. The law is for those who can't live by that code. Western society depends heavily upon the law because of its lack of ethics. Spiritual awareness combined with masculine conceptual thinking provide the ethics from which moral standards and behavior are established. Due to the decline in spiritual awareness, we are rapidly losing an ethical basis for moral conduct. Standards are disappearing, and an anything goes social value requires increased governmental control to prevent chaos. What can we do to correct the situation? There must be a return to spiritual awareness. Spiritual awareness cannot be legislated. It must be propagated by those who have it. It must be disseminated and inculcated into the fabric of society. It must become a part of family life. Religious training can aid spiritual development, but all too often it is myopic in its understanding of the scriptures and intolerant of other religions. Spiritual awareness cannot become a part of family life without an understanding of gender. There cannot be family without an understanding and interplay of gender. We will begin to address the universal principle of gender in our next podcast, which I hope you will make every effort to listen to. There must be a return to spiritual awareness. Without it, we will all perish. You can find additional information on today's subject by going to my website at www.mensaction.net and tap the About Us tab, which contains the essay index. Under the letter S, you will find the essay titled Spiritual Disdain for Materialism. Spiritual Disdain for Materialism. See also the two videos titled Avatar, a Western Aberration. All right, I have a video index there. Look up Avatar, a Western Aberration. That essay and the two videos will shed light on the spiritual vacuum in Western society. They might also cause you to reflect on possible changes in your life. Thank you for tuning into The Real World with Elder George. Please log on to my website, www.mensaction.net, which contains 170 essays and 46 videos, all relating to the real world. It also illustrates my two books, which contain more information on the subjects that we address. You can be a part of the effort to bring about change in our society by sharing this message with your friends and by tuning in to my next video and/or podcast. Working together, we will survive. Dear viewer and/or listener, an important part of our message consists of an explanation of the principle of gender, which is elaborated on in my two books. My first book, Dear Brothers and Sisters, Gender and Its Responsibility, explains gender differences and the realization that they are manifestations of a universal principle. My second book, A Gender Handbook for Western Man, is not a handbook as such, but it does approach the gender issue on a more technical basis, which I felt would be more receptive to the Western mind. Both books can be obtained quickly from Amazon or Barnes & Noble. I hope that you will invest in both and increase your awareness and understanding of the principle of gender and its importance in your life. Thank you.